Broadcasting Network. We're back Saturday night. You know what that means, everyone. It is NASCOM Online Saturday night. And we're going to do it a little different tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Big B. I'm back. We're in the booth. I got my man, Tony Pat Trapasso with me. How you doing, Pat?
Oh, stepping and fetching, trying to figure out what I'm seeing tonight. Why is the track all muddy?
Because
we're at Eldora.
We're in Eldora for the Mud Summer Night's Dream at Eldora Speedway. Normally we're in the K&N cars. Normally we're on asphalt, folks. We switched it up to the trucks for tonight, and we took them racing slicks off, and we got the tires with knobbies on them, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go dirt racing here in NASCOM on ESPN, the Esports Broadcasting Network. NASCOM, we're going to do some heat racing. We got 18 guys in here going to turn some laps. So then we're going to have 3 heats of 6 trucks each. They're going to run, I think, 10 laps of heat.
Actually, being as there's 10 to transfer out of each heat, it's probably the computer is automatically just going to give us 2 heats of 10 apiece.
Well, then we're going to have some fender beating and banging on the dirt here at Eldora, short track dirt racing. Gotta love it.
Well, now here's the catch. Yes, there is one fast repair. However, there's no refueling. There's no changing of the tires. And should you hit something hard enough to knock the fuel tank out of this thing, even with a fast repair, yeah, it'll put the fuel tank back in, but it's going to put an empty fuel tank in.
Yeah, NASCOM on Saturday night. An empty fuel tank ain't going to get you very far around the track. ESPN coverage. You got to love it. iRacing's a platform. ESPN's a network, and NASCOM online Saturday night. That's your league. Watching Ian, how's that going around the track right now? Wiggling that tail out there. You know, dirt racing's a little different. You're going to get that thing and fling it around the track. You're the dirt expert, Tony. Tell us about it.
Well, as soon as you take the, there you go. Well, the biggest thing is you're balancing car on or a truck in this case on a razor's edge. These trucks have more than enough horsepower to break the rear tires loose on pavement. Now you're putting them on a surface. Many times it'll be as hard as pavement, if not harder, but as greasy as we used to say, greasy poop. And that's the politest way that I can put it, because I know there's ladies present watching. But it's definitely going to put this race into the driver's hands. You've got to watch your throttle control, because it's very easy to burn the rear tires off these things. You've got to watch where you're putting the truck, because this track inherently is going to go what they call dry slick, which means the track's going to go drier than a popcorn fart, and it's going to be just slicker than bacon on the linoleum floor. So, as the 84 Kevin O'Brien goes out on the track right now, you can kind of see in the corners those kind of darker spots. You can really see it as he goes into 3, that most of the track it's whooped. This track is flat out whooped. Now, what that means is there's no traction, and the only, and I use this term loosely, traction, air quotes, that you're going to be able to get up on that outside wall. So you're going to have to put the rear bumper up on the retaining wall as you go through the corners, as we jokingly refer to it as the Larson line. And if anybody has right rear bedside left on this truck that's not dented, yeah, you weren't driving this track right when the feature finally ends. We're currently looking at about 20 minutes to 4 in sim time. 20 minutes to 5 p.m. sim time. 79
degrees air temperature, track temperature 72, but I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference out here on the dirt tonight.
Actually, it's not. And the biggest thing you've got to keep in mind, for starters, in sim, it's May. It's early May. So it's still relatively cool in Northeast Ohio. There's you're not going to have to worry about the engines running hot unless you completely annihilate somebody. You're not going to have to worry about, the track temperature affecting your tires. What you're going to have to worry about is your right foot affecting your tires.
Yeah, and we're going to get ready. We got 10 seconds left in the qualifying session, and we're going to roll for the first heat race. 15 laps to see who's going to transfer. Well, everyone's going to be in the main. We're just setting
15.
where we're going to start in the main.
No, sir, it's 10 laps.
Or 10 laps. Then we're going to go to the 15-lap B race.
Wait a second. I've got that all wrong.
Yeah, top 2 from each one.
Yes.
And here we go. 6 of them are lining up.
So, yes, there are going to be 3 heats tonight. 2 transfer. Everybody else goes into alphabet soup.
Yep.
And for those of you who don't understand what I'm saying, alphabet soup is what we jokingly refer to as the D main, C main, B main, and A main, where if you finish high enough in one of those, you transfer into the next main up, which in this case, they're transferring one. No, they're transferring 1 from the Consi.
Oh, they were telling me 2. And anyway, first group's going to go out. It's going to be Tyler Fiel. Ian Havoc's going to come after him. The world's fastest Swede, Marcus Hagman, followed by Dalton Kilroe. Kyle Vincent Gilbert in the 227. He'll be out there rolling out 5th and rounding out this first group of 6. Nick Okia in the number 9 entry.
I can guarantee you that's not the qualifying runs that Kilroe, Gilbert, and Okia were hoping for. We normally see those guys in the top half of the field after qualifying. These guys they did not put in times that they're going to be happy with when this is all said and done.
Well, they are lined up on pit road behind the looks to me to be a Chevrolet iRacing pace truck.
That is the Chevy Silverado.
Yeah, the official pace truck of iRacing here, ESPN. Live coverage brought to you by ESPN of NASCOM Online Saturday night. They are lined up on the pit road. All of them are there. I look for that pace truck to take off here any second, and we're going to get those famous words from Mr. Tony Pat Trapasso. Pace truck moves out right now.
We're not going to get the famous words till we get to the main, but we're definitely at the house that Earl built. Half mile here in lovely Roseburg, Ohio. A lot of beautiful looking trucks to start the night. I guarantee you that they're not going to be so beautiful at the end of the night.
No, they are not going to be so pretty looking, folks. It's time to get this thing underway. First pace lap out on the track right now. Lights are off on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, so we're going to fire them off in anger next time around. 10 laps to see which of these 2 are going to transfer to the main. Everyone else will be in the B race. The first group of 6 going out, so we're going to have 3 heat races rolling tonight.
Yes, sir. As the field works its way down the back straightaway, you see the crossover gate where the haulers normally park for the bigger events. And, this is going to be a fun one to watch. As Tyler Fiel going to have the button as the Silverado makes that hard left turn. And green flag is out, and we are underway for heat race number 1.
Heat race number 1 in Eldora, and they're already, I hear metal already being hit. Some going low, some going high. The ones on the high side are going to carry that momentum. The low side is going to be the short way around the track. And Tyler's just taking off, running away from it, but don't look now. Ian's right on his back door.
Absolutely. And you can tell the guys that have run sprint cars here, because that's generally, the guys that are running low on the track in the corners, that's generally where you're going to put a sprint car during the heat race here. But you can really see as Gilbert's hanging it out on the Larson line already, trying to make some headway.
Gilbert rolling that top side pretty hard, but he's been up in that wall a few times with that right rear of that truck, and you can see it sawing on that steering wheel as Marcus Hagman and Dalton Kilroe all over the inside of each other.
Absolutely. No love lost right now, as Phil has not put a wheel wrong yet. Kilroe, however, is currently holding down the number 2 slot, as Okia and Gilbert side by side as they haul it off into number 1. It's going to be interesting to see how this one turns out, as we are already cross flags this time across the stripe.
7 laps to go right now, and Charles Gilbert just making that outside line work. He's moved up from his starting position deep in that field. Dalton Kilroe gets all up into the wall the wrong way, as they are just hanging that right rear out there and flat tracking it around those corners. You gotta love dirt racing. Welcome to Eldora.
And Okia is dropping like a stone right now, as Gilbert still working on Kilroe. Kilroe trying to hang on, but right now Tyler Fiel is just setting sail. it's going to take a miracle to catch him.
Yeah, Gilbert just wearing out the right rear of that truck, along with Kilrow just wearing out the right rear of that truck up against that outside wall. As we see Gilbert making a move down low, trying to get it done on the inside of Dalton Kilrow as 18. Whoa, all sorts of sideways.
Slide job going through 1 and 2. Kilrow going to pay the favor back. Gilbert trying to do the cut under as Kilrow trying to fend him off. 3 to go as Gilbert with a huge run going into 1 has to check up hard, stay out of the slick stuff.
3 to go in this first go round. You see Kilrow and Kyle Gilbert just wearing the outside right the trucks just up against that wall. You can see on Kilrow right rear his spoiler is already sticking way high up in the air, but I don't think aerodynamics are going to count too much tonight.
Not as much as you would think, but it's
Dalton Kilrow gets all spun around. Kyle Gilbert goes on. Caution comes out with 3 to go. I did not get a hold of the boss and ask if we are green-white checkers on these things.
We are.
Oh, well, then we are going to have a green-white checker going out tonight.
And there was very little that Kyle could do at that point, as Dalton got it all wrong going into turn number 3. Gilbert had a head of steam, and Kilrow, he was trying to fend him off, and unfortunately just.
Well, let's jump in the truck with Kyle for that ride and see what we can see. Got a gyro cam sitting up in there.
Well, let's do it because the lights are already out on the Chevy Silverado hitch truck. We're getting ready to go back to green-white checkers. As the field working his way through the 3-4 complex. Fiel going to have the button. He's lining them up way on the high side. Single file restart time. Okay, the lights are not out on the Chevy Silverado pace track. Just extended the caution.
Caution extended. Tyler Fiel, he has just got command of the field. Total command of the field. Lights are off on the pace truck now, so we are going to fire them off. I'm only seeing 5 trucks out there. Ian Havoc's already dropped off of it.
Correct. No, yes, he has. He has put it on the hauler.
Tyler Field's going to take that inside line for the start. It's going to leave Kyle Gilbert up on that outside lane. He likes that outside. You've seen him rim riding that Larson line the whole time around. They're up there in that moist dirt looking for traction. As the green flag comes out, work out. 3 laps to go inside this heat.
Next flag, if they get back to the start-finish line, next flag will end it. As the green flag goes out, and Gilbert with a head of steam and then the lead going into 1. They are 3 wide behind him, though.
Gilbert on that high side with all that momentum. He takes the white flag. He's on the final lap, way on that high line. He got to jump on Tyler Field with that high side momentum. He's finding that moist dirt up in that high line, but you got to wonder, Tony, how long is that dirt going to stay that moist up on the high line?
About 10 more laps.
Well, by the end of the second heat, we ought to see that high line start to be given up for the bottom line. As you see the winner, Kyle Gilbert, of the first stage cross the line. And, wow, it didn't waste no time to reset and line them up for the next one. Didn't even get a chance to give you the finishing order.
Well, finishing that one, it's going to be Kyle Gilbert, Tyler Fiel holding on for second. So those two are going to transfer right into the feature event. Nick Okia, Dalton Kilrow, and the world's fastest Swede, Marcus Hagman, all going to have to go to alphabet soup.
All right, well, second heat's coming out. And in the second heat, what we are going to see in the second one's Marquis Smith up on the front row, along with Doug Thompson, James Grumpy Bunce in third, rolling off with the boss, Tex Perry. He's going to take the 4th position. Alex Bercellio is going to roll off 5th, and Kevin O'Brien is in that shotgun starting position for our second heat. 10 laps to decide this one.
Absolutely. You've got some guys that know what they're doing. You've got Doug Thompson, Grumpy Bunce, and the boss Tex Perry. Those guys are no strangers to getting a little dirty.
Now, I can't give the boss crap for wearing a Toyota badge this time.
Well, you can, but
yeah, but he's actually got it on an actual Toyota this time. Normally,
Yeah, but
what
you
we're
can still
talking
drive
about,
crap
folks, is K&N cars are all Chevrolet chassis and Chevrolet motors. And he wears the Toyota paint job on it.
well, in seasons past, he's had a Dodge on it.
Makes me wonder when Dodge ever want to come back to NASCAR.
The second Tuesday of next week.
Yeah.
As the field works its way through the 3-4 complex, Marquis Smith is going to have the button as the Chevy Silverado pace truck makes that hard left turn, and green flag is out, and we are underway for heat race number 2.
Marquis Smith, he mashes the loud pedal, says, see you boys, I'm out of here, catch me if you can, and he gets a great jump on the field. He is already out to a 0.3 of a second lead, smacks that outside wall, oh, look at the little bit in the back. Beating and banging going on, but they keep it green going around the corner.
Well, now here's the interesting thing that we didn't talk about earlier, is there's 2 ways to restart on dirt in these trucks. You can either put it in 4th gear and just drive it like a normal dirt car, or you can actually try to shift through the gears like a normal car as Bunch throws it to the inside, slide job through 3 and 4, then he hang on, drag race to the stripe, and give that lap to Bunce.
Man, look, shining story. This is Marquis Smith out in front still.
He is, but the lap was scored to Grumpy on that one.
Yeah, I got, Grumpy's, he's making that low line work with a bit of a slide job, but that high line momentum for the number 10 of Marquis Smith is just working. Grumpy dives it down in low, gets it sideways. He gives up so much forward momentum when he takes it low, but he gains so much track position because he's cutting that corner so sharp.
Well, in the Dirt Series that we broadcast on Tuesday night, the line that Buncey is running is actually called the slide job line, because you throw it into turn 1 and just let the thing drift up on the track and just hope that nobody just annihilates your back bumper when you do it.
Yeah, don't look now. Alec Ricciello has just moved himself right up into the fray. Move Alec Ricciello, first to second to third, to second to third. He's in second right now. Looking at Marquis Smith, but I don't think he's got anything for Marquis as we are already 5 laps to go. Cross flags out.
Cross flags out as they are still just throwing hand grenades at each other for that top spot.
Throwing hand grenades at that outside wall, too.
As Marquis Smith just tries to test the structural integrity of the turn 2 wall. Buncey's still running that low line. You can see a little bit. Oh, gets it all wrong coming out of turn number 4. That's going to let Vecellio get the spot. Buncey's sliding back.
You don't know what it looks like to take a ride around here? Let's jump in with Buncey.
Yeah, well, you better make it. You've only got about 1 lap left. As Buncey falling into the clutches of Thec Perry. So, as of right now, Smith and Vecellio have your 2 transfer spots. Kevin O'Brien getting it all sorts of wrong.
Yeah, it's all sorts of wrong all over the place. As we see Grumpy, he's falling back to the 4th spot. The boss, Thec Perry, in the 85, moves on up to 3rd. And it's come down to a slugfest between Alec Ricciello and Marquis Smith. Alec Ricciello taking that slide job line. Marquis Smith up top. Oh, it's going to be a drag race for the checkers. Who's got it? Give that to
Vecellio.
I got Alec Ricciello winning that heat, but the second place transfers as well. So Marquis Smith, that was a heck of a finish. Let's go back and take a look at that again. If I can. No, I can't. We've already reset and moved on to the next one. 3rd and final heat tonight of 10 lappers. Lining them up behind the pace truck out there on pit road.
Yeah, Blake Decker going to be starting up on the point. He's going to be joined with Sam Baumgarten. Mark Arthur and Brandon Cruz are going to start in row number 2, and row 3 is going to see Miles Morse and the king of Alt F4, Mr. Tyler Vickery.
Yeah, who has not taken the track for the race, so I don't think he's here.
Let's find out. Tyler has left the building.
Alt F4 has happened. All right, I got to see. What's the number 12 racking tonight? He does sport the pink, but he doesn't have the Hello Kitty or My Little Pony on there. He's got the Bass Tracker colors on top of
He does.
pink.
But I want you to take a look at Blake Decker's truck.
Blazing pedals across the windshield. Is that wood panel?
That is wood paneling.
Getting creative on the paint job on the 92 from Blake Decker. Gotta love it. Well, lights are off on the Chevrolet Silverado pace truck. We're going to fire him off in anger here. And we're going to find out who the top 2 from this group is over these next 10 laps. And then we're going to go to a 15-lap B race and then the 110-lap main with the whole gang.
As the Chevy Silverado pace truck makes its hard left turn, Decker wasting no time pulling the trigger. We are already underway as Baumgarten still holding down the number. Mark Arthur holding down the number 3 spot on the high side, seeing what he can make happen up on the Larson line already.
Yeah, you can see that black dirt is just kicking up off, so that top line's getting dried out. Not much of a cushion up against the wall there, these guys are finding out. But Blake Decker hit the loud pedal quick and just did not waste any time. But these guys that are running that high line are finding the outside wall to be a little more sturdy than the right side of their truck.
Well, if you look close, you see right about where Baumgarten was putting his truck through 1 and 2, and you can sort of see it just under that real thick black line going through 3 and 4. There is a second cushion starting to form on the low side as Decker
gets it all. Caution comes out.
That was a scary moment as he got it sideways right in front of a heck of angry wolves right behind him.
Yeah, I think the seat in his truck and the back end of his driver's outfit is matching the color of the side wood paneling on his truck right about now.
Hashtag not wrong.
That's going to leave Samuel Baumgarten up on the point, Mark Arthur right behind him. And that's going to make for an interesting restart because Blake Decker's going to fire off third. Or is he going to move up to second? Looks like he's going to restart second.
He was in second when the caution came out. So the thing is, if you're Sam Baumgarten, do you take high line or do you take the inside line? Dealer's choice.
Well, if I was Sam Baumgarten, seeing the way he was working that outside line with that high side momentum, I'd start on the outside. But then again, man, you know, he could take that high side, but you saw him make that dive down on that slide job line and just pick up some track position on that.
Well, the thing is, if he starts on the high side, throws it into that slide job line, he's got to hope that he catches Decker sleeping, because if he tries it and Decker's there, we're going to see calamity. And here we go. They're lining him up 2 by 2, and he is taking the outside line.
Yeah, well, calamity's been known to happen on dirt tracks. Calamity is the dirt track's middle name.
Calamity is my middle name. As lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck. Baumgarten on the 53 on the high side of the Dr.
He's got the Dr. Squatch paint job on it along with Top Flight. Wastes no time. Gets on that throttle quick and gets his nose out there, but Blake Decker right on his rear tailgate.
So Decker's trying to do what he can. Mark Arthur still working the inside of Brandon Cruz. Finally gets to clear down the back straightaway as you know he does not want to be in alphabet soup. None of these guys do. And there's some heavy hitters in this particular heat race.
Right. The number 2 can transfer to the main. Everyone else has got to go to the B race and use up their trucks a little more. These guys are not wanting to have to do all the repairs on them. They're wanting to keep them off the walls because 110 laps on the dirt in Eldora is a long time to go. We're going to see green flag pit stops for fuel.
As Mark Arthur had a run on Decker, unfortunately ate the turn one wall as White Flag getting ready to come on out. Baumgarten still showing the way. Decker going to have a try to one more time. White Flag is out as we got one spin back there that looks like either Miles Morse and Baumgarten's still showing the way. He's got to hang on for one more time. Mark Arthur with a huge run on that inside slide job line. Not going to make it happen. Baumgarten hanging on for the win. Decker hanging on for the final transfer spot. That means Mark Arthur, Brandon Cruz, and Miles Morris all going to the alphabet soup.
Yep. Track is already reset. Alphabet soup is going to fire off, and they're going to fire off like this. Let's bring up the grid for this one. Firing off first, Tyler Fiel. It looks like they are lining up. I guess my grid is not wanting to be because I don't see Tyler in this thing.
Because it's not registering the consi for us. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Get it.
Well, the way it's going to fire off is Nick Okia is going to fire off first.
He's going to be joined on the front row with the boss, Tex Perry.
Followed by Mark Arthur and Dalton Kilrow in the next row.
James Bunce and Brandon Cruz going to roll off in row number 3.
Marcus Hagman, Doug Thompson, row 4.
Miles Morse and Ian. I'm not even going to try it. In row number 5.
Ian is not on the track for this heat. And Tyler Vickery was going to be. But it looks like Kevin O'Brien was having some good connection issues there. He is flashing in and out big time.
He is going to be starting shotgun on the field.
Yeah, Ian did not take the track in this heat. Maybe that's a smart thing to do, knowing that, hey, I need to get to the front. Here we go, 15 laps with a larger field. We're going to see some more beating and banging. Ace Truck brings him around one more time. He's going to be taking in hard left into pit lane, and we're going to fire this one off, and then we're going to get to the 110-lap main.
And the biggest thing is, you've got just enough fuel to make 115 laps in these trucks.
Oh, they are not allowed to refuel during the race?
There is no refueling on the dirt side in iRacing.
Well, they're going to have to be good with it. Green flag's out. Nick Okia hits the gas right off the bat, but the boss, Tex Perry, looks like he's trying to sail it around, and Mark Arthur taking a short way around. Don't think that's going to quite pay off as that high side momentum just keeps it going. And we are all bunched up on corner entry as Nick Okia and Mark Arthur get all tangled up.
Absolutely. Right now, the boss, Tex Perry, in the one transfer spot, and we've got one eating the inside wall.
Then it looked like a door check to the inside wall. Mark Arthur gets spun around, gets banged again by Nick Okia. Caution is out. Re-rack him, stack him, and pack him, and do it again.
Absolutely. So, one transfer. I'm sorry, they changed that again. 12 trucks transfer.
Well, the whole grid you're seeing race now, all the trucks are going to be out there in the main. The guys that won got first and second in all those heat races, they get to take a break and watch these guys go at it while they save their equipment for the main. Well, these guys tear their stuff up.
Yeah, but
are we getting a new truck every time we reset?
I believe it gives you a new truck every time the session advances. So all the repairs that needed to happen will happen.
Don't look now, but look who's on the tail of that pace truck. The boss, Tex Perry, managed to find himself up in first, but Dalton Kilrow is going to start to his elbow, and that's going to be a good restart to watch.
Absolutely, and don't look now, but take a look at who's going to be starting behind him.
Oh,
Brandon
Grumpy.
Cruz.
And Brandon Cruz. Grumpy in that second row. Grumpy, he's no slouch when it comes to the dirt. Lights are off on the pace truck, lining them up 2 by 2. We're going to fire them off in anger one more time.
Fiel works his way down the back straightaway. If you're going to have the button, Kilrow going to try to go with him.
Looking for the pace truck to make that left turn, which it does. Thec's holding him down, hits the loud pedal, says, I'm out of here. Dalton did not get the start. I don't think he was looking for it. Thec uses that high side. Dalton using that slide job line with that high side momentum, taking Thec around.
And you can see right about where he stopped sliding up, there's another cushion starting to form there. We're going to have to keep an eye on that as the night wears on.
Yeah, these guys are going to find that cushion, and we're going to see, you know, if they realize that there's a second one there and start utilizing it as Dalton Kilrow moves himself up to the point.
Brandon Cruz testing the structural integrity of the turn 2 wall as the boss throws it into the slide job line, comes all the way up the track, catches that cushion, drag race, and 59 one-thousandths of a second for Kilrow at the stripe as Perry and if he looks in his rearview mirror now, he's got a heck of an angry dogs.
Oh, yeah. Grumpy getting it done on the bottom of Tex. Perry coming through the corner there. That second cushion, I don't think that, you know, it looks like it gets really loose if you take that second cushion on corner exit. But these guys finding it and finding it with passion.
Well, there you go. Brandon Cruz making it work as he's up to the point, tests the structural integrity of the turn 2 wall, goes up to the high side, and Cruz, your new leader.
Yeah, now, Dalton Kilrow looking to try and get it out on the bottom as the caution comes back out one more time as Grumpy gets it. Talk about getting a little insult. Grumpy. He got it wrong on the corner exit, and then Nick Okia come around and just slapped him in the nose with his truck, tail of his truck.
Welcome to dirt racing.
That's kind of like, you know, getting ready for your first kiss and finding out it's your second cousin.
And I just threw up a little. You live way too close to West Virginia now.
Yeah, I am very close to West by God, Virginia. I kind of can see it from the window.
Anyways, while we are under caution, do need to give a big hello to Miss Constance. Thank you for joining us again tonight.
Miss Constance, she's always out there with us, and glad to see her.
We're working lap 11 of 15, only a handful of laps left. And Brandon Cruz going to have the button this time as it looks like the lights go out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck. And Cruz electing to take the high line.
High line for Cruz. He likes that outside line. He's been making it work. I think this restart's going to be a testament to if we get down to green-white checkers, you know, where do you want to be? Guys are using these early races to find out what the strategy is going to be for the 110-lap main.
I want to be already lined up for the A main if the green-white checker happens.
Yeah. Pace truck takes a left turn. Brandon Cruz holding him down. Now he hits a loud pedal and he gets that launch off of that outside. That outside does get a great launch from the start. We see Mark Arthur getting it turned around. As we see everybody piling it up, yellow flag comes back out. We're going to try this again.
And that's going to put us into green-white checker territory as Arthur just victim of circumstance on that one.
Now let's take a look at it. We can watch this restart again. Let's focus in on the number 12 of Mark Arthur. Easy to find. It's that pink tracker truck. As he just gets turned around, going check, and everyone decides, you know what? It's a Bass tracker truck. It's pink. Let's use it for target practice.
Well, I know that, you know, that truck was originally designed to beat breast cancer. Mark Arthur is not breast cancer, so you're not trying to beat the hell out of him.
Yeah. Brandon Cruz still has command of the field. Dalton Kilrow is going to restart green-white checkers. Here we go.
This basically is just going to set the set the starting order for the next race. And I got to tell you right now, the guys that are running in this race have a distinct advantage over the guys from the heat races that automatically transferred, because this track is getting very, very whooped.
Yeah, but talk to me about dirt. You're the dirt expert. I have run very, very little dirt under your tutelage, by the way. How much more whooped is it? How much more of a change is this track going to take over a 110 lap race?
Let me see. You've driven through Iowa in January, right?
Slicker than snot.
There you go. It's going to be like trying to go through I-80 during a hailstorm in the month of January, and there's a tornado coming.
Yeah, been there, done that, bought a t-shirt, wore it out, don't want to do it again. Flies out, fires and Gree takes off, don't kill her on his tailgate, as they are angry, looking for position in the back, and we're going to set the starting grid for the 110 lap main. Looks like Brandon Cruz is going to take this thing.
White flag in the air one more time around. Cruz showing the way. Kilrow right there with him, and we got Truc spinning. They've already taken the white.
White flag's already waved, so they're going to race it out. Brandon Cruz, he's going to take the checkers. Kilrow spins it around. Did he get to second place? Did he cross that line? Okay, Mark Arthur did not catch up to him then.
Mark Arthur coming home in third. Doug Thompson hanging on for fourth. Marcus Hagman in fifth. Kevin O'Brien being scored in sixth. Tex Perry dropping to seventh. Miles Morris in eighth. Ninth going to... Where the heck are we?
Well, we've already reset it.
Nick Okia, James Bunce to 10th.
Looks like we're going to have a 10-minute practice here.
No. Is it 10 minutes?
I'm
clicking
off.
10 minutes.
Yep, we're going to have a 10-minute practice here before we get the 110-lap main.
So this track is just going to be... Yeah, this track is just... There's going to be nothing left.
You check. It's carryover on everything, isn't it?
Yes, it is. For those of you who don't understand what we mean, what carryover means, they started the track state during the practice session, basically fresh from the Packers. And on a dirt track, they groomed the track a week long. During a warm-up session, they go out and you have to pack the track down. You have to, make the track ready to actually race on. So, the cars go out and they kind of, just go around the track so that, it gets used to the tires that are going to be used. Then you go out for a warm-up session, practice session, if you will.
But while they're doing this warm-up session, boss, you keep them talking. I've got to take a quick little pause myself, but you keep talking, and we're just going to keep the camera on there.
But anyways, you go out for the practice session. That starts to wear the track in. That's where you're really going to see the fastest times of the day set is during that first part of the practice session, because the track has the most bite. And the way you get bite in a dirt track is you need moisture. If there's to an extent. After that, it kind of gets just bleh. But before that, it takes years to learn how to do this. But when the track has some moisture in it and it's packed down, it's got bite. And as the day wears on, the cars and trucks running on that track, they soak up that moisture and throw it around and turn it into dust. And the problem that we have up here in the Northeast, which I consider where, Roseburg, Ohio is still part of the Northeast, even though you guys from the Midwest claim it, is there's a lot of salt in the water. And for those of you from the snow belt know exactly what salt does when you put it on ice. It helps break the ice up because it dries it out. So this track was dry slick, and we've already discussed that. Like trying to drive on an ice rink sometimes, especially when you're talking about a 700 horsepower, truck that can already spin the tires at a moment's notice on pavement. Now you're putting it on a slick surface. These drivers are going to have to really be up on the wheel as the sun getting ready to go down. That explains why they had the 10-minute warm-up session to make sure that they had what was going to need to what was going to need to happen. So what I'm going to do is I am going to reach out to the guy who is going to be leading this thing to green, the driver of the number 227, Mr. Kyle Gilbert. Kyle, Tony up at the booth. You got me, sir.
I guess, Tony.
Well, Kyle, we were talking about how much this track has changed since you guys rolled off the hauler for the first practice session. You're out on track right now. What are you experiencing?
Yeah, I get in practice late, about 30 minutes in, so I didn't have the same track as they had to practice on. So I was a little slower in practice. I was a little too cautious in qualifying, so I had to start back. But this track here, it's fresh. Guys are getting a little wear into it. Top line is getting a little slick, but top line's going to be fast as always.
Oh
yeah, we're gonna have slide.
I just noticed that. Yeah, you guys did farm the track, so fresh track for everybody.
Yeah, it went to 10% for warm up, and then we're wearing it in a little bit here. We'll see what it looks like at the start of the race. We may have to run the middle, maybe, but we'll see.
Well, we saw during the heat race, you were not afraid to go all the way up to that Larson line and just let it all hang out.
Oh no, since incidents don't count and you only get a 0x, I ain't gonna care about it like I did in qualifying. But I'm gonna let that right rear lose paint all day long.
All right. Well, best of luck to you, Kyle. We'll let you get back to letting it hang out.
Alrighty, thank you.
That's your pole sitter, Mr. Kyle Gilbert. We are now going to reach out, if I can find him. Let's see. Is he even in here? And I do not see Alec He is not. So Alec Vitelio not in the warm-up here, and it sounded like my working opponent just...
Yeah, he made it back.
So, a little interesting fact, Byron, they did farm the track in between the consolation race and the feature. This is a fresh racing surface right now.
Well, we're going to see how good a fresh racing surface degrades over 110 laps in about 3.5 minutes. We're going to line them up and fire them off in anger.
Absolutely. As I'm looking for, and I can't see Alex Vitelio here in the TeamSpeak, so we are going to reach out to, let's see, how about your points leader, Mr. Sam Baumgarten? We're reaching out to him right now. Sam, Tony up in the booth, you got me, sir.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Talk us through that set of heat races, man. That was a wild ride.
Yeah, they were definitely interesting. A lot of these guys aren't too used to running on dirt, especially on a slick track. So, I mean, it kind of is what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we noticed that track, it looked like it was starting to build a second cushion kind of down on that middle lane. Were you able to take any kind of advantage on that?
The middle had a little grip to it, but not a whole lot. It seemed to be like that top lane, believe it or not, still had the grip on the cushion. If you could get all the way down to the wall, there was some grip down there, but other than that, I mean, the whole track's slick. You just got to really work that throttle and pretend like there's an egg under it.
Well, you got 110 laps to get it done. We've seen you were able to get it done low, get it done high, use that, what we call the slide job line. Gained a lot of track position by cutting the corner low and just having one hell of a drag race for the start-finish line. What do you think you got for him in the 110 name?
110 laps at Eldora is obviously a while, especially like, dirt racing, like I said, when the track slicks up. it's gonna be challenging for a lot of these guys. I'm used to running dirt. I run a lot of dirt, so I'm excited for it. I know a few people who aren't. Mark. But yeah, I mean, we're just gonna be patient and see what happens, man. I know Gilbert's pretty fast on dirt. Seems like we got another guy in here who's new, is fast on dirt, so it should be an interesting race overall.
Well, my hat's off to you guys on dirt, man. I've tried dirt. You know, Tony's a dirt king. He tried coaching me around in some sprints, tried coaching me around Eldora in this truck. I just couldn't quite get the hang of it on dirt, man. You guys are showing some serious skill out here. Hats off to you.
Well, I appreciate it.
You know, that was Sam Baumgarten going to be rolling off the number 3 slot as only got a couple minutes left here.
We got 1 minute left.
Yeah, got just about 1 minute left. Let's reach out to the chief cook and bottle washer of the NASCOM Online Racing Series. Of course, we are talking about Miss Tex Perry. Tex, Tony and Byron up the booth. You got us, sir.
Talk to me, boys.
Well, sir, you talked to us. That was a hell of a consi that we just saw.
That was a lot of fun. I didn't even think we ain't even made it to the main, and we're beating and banging so freaking much. I think it's hilarious. I'm having a blast. I'm glad we put this on the schedule.
Well, it does look like a lot of fun. It did look like a second groove coming in on the track. We noticed you guys farmed the track for the main. How do you think 110 laps is going to change this thing? What do you got for them?
Well, with everybody running up top, I've been trying to run in the bottom a little bit, trying to get it down, because I think the top's just going to straight slick off, and you guys are going to be bouncing off the wall something terrible. So it's hunting around the track, trying to find the moisture in the traction more than anything.
Well, we noticed that the outside wall of the track has a little more structural integrity to the right side of everyone's truck. So, yeah, that outside wall, we've been watching it take a toll on everyone. As the main's getting ready to line up, man, we're going to wish you good luck, and we'll hopefully be talking to you at the end of this thing.
Well, we're starting deep, so, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But, yeah, it should be fun. I literally just talked to the guys up down in the pits and whatnot, and everybody says they're still having a blast. So, yeah, this was definitely a good decision.
Well, you know what? We're happy to be able to be bringing it to you. You know, real life gets in the way of me sometimes. I missed the last couple. Glad to be here for this, and good luck, man.
Appreciate it, fellas.
That was the chief cook and bottle washer of the NASCOM Online Racing Series. You can find them on their Facebook page, NASCOM, NASCOM Online. If you want to join normally we run the ARCA cars. This week, decided to go to Eldora. They decided to run something a little bit different. We're in the trucks this week. Always a good time.
Yep, NASCOM Online Saturday night. The voice of NASCOM, Byron Rodney and Tony Pat Trapasso, bringing it to you as the pace car is rolling off, or the pace truck is rolling off of pit road. Kyle Gilbert's going to have command of the field with Alec Procellio to his outside. Sam Baumgartner, Tyler Fiel. We saw Tyler Fiel. He was able to pick him up and put him down in Hall of Mail. Marquis Smith, Blake Decker, Brandon Cruz, Dalton Kilroe, Mark Arthur, and Doug Thompson. That's your starting, your top 10.
Marcus Hagman and Kevin O'Brien going to be rolling off in row number 6. Row 7, we're going to see the boss, Tex Perry. He's going to be joined with
Miles Morris.
Miles Morris. Nick Okia and Grumpy Bunts going to be rolling off in row number 8. And starting shotgun on the field is going to be the 16 of Ian Hubik.
Ian's not in this server, so Grumpy has got the shotgun spot as we go for 110 laps here at Eldora. Caution laps will count. So time to say the magic words.
The only thing that's left to do is the field to work its way through the 3-4 complex, pull those belts a little bit tighter. You're going to grab one more tear off, and Grandpa, Papa Viagra, it's time to get it on in Roseburg, Ohio for the NASCOM Online All-Star Race. Kyle Gilbert pulls the trigger as they haul it off into turn number 1, and they are already 3 wide behind him for 4th place.
Yeah, beating and banging happening all over the track. Guys are testing the wall. Oh, we see the 54 of Brandon Cruz getting into it. Caution does not come out on the field as Brandon drops way back in that field right in front of Grumpy Bunts.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, up towards the front, Baumgarten and Marquis Smith slugging it out right now for that number 2 slot. And don't look now, they've got Alex Emilio right behind them.
Yeah, Kyle Gilbert's found that outside lane to his liking as he's starting to put a gap on the field. 7-10's out in front. But, man, you can throw a blanket over second, third, and fourth right behind him.
And don't look now, but here comes the Pink Panther himself, Mr. Mark Arthur, working on the inside of Tyler Fiel.
Tyler Fiel, he's got the spot. Mark Arthur's working it down low. They're working that inside lane. Multiple grooves being used on this track already. Gotta wonder how long that high side's gonna last for the leader, Kyle Gilbert.
Absolutely. To see Arthur and Smith, getting it all wrong. Baumgarten just chasing it down the hill. That just punted Marquis Smith. No caution out, though.
5 laps gone already, man. This is going to go by quick, fast, and in a hurry if they keep this up at this pace.
Absolutely. As that little hiccup, that was
Marquis Smith dropped all the way to the back. He's shotgun on the field.
he is, because he got the hip check from hell from, I'm trying to find out who did it. Oh, it was, yeah, it was. I just lost where it was. I lost my connection.
Well, he'll be back in real quick. Connections happen all the time with us here because this is an online deal. But Kyle Gilbert has still got command of the field. Sam Baumgarten has worked his way up to second place, but he is a second off behind. Well, 7/10 behind Kyle Gilbert, running that same line. The Dr. Squatch colors on the 53. Kyle Gilbert in the 227 still has command of the field. You got to go a whole 4 seconds back before you find a battle between Tyler Fiel and Mark Arthur. As they are just Mark Arthur on the low side, Tyler using that high line momentum, and it turns into a drag race on the stage as they come to that flag.
As Arthur throws it into the slide job line, comes up in front of him, and gives a slot to Arthur for that lap. Fiel gonna try it on the inside. Oh! Integrity of the turn one wall.
If it wasn't for a wall, Wade Decker would have been around because that wall kept him pointed forward.
If it weren't for that wall, he would have been in the sand.
Now, the right side of his truck, good thing aerodynamics don't really count here on the dirt because it's a little flat right now. As him and Tyler Fiel are just beating and banging on each other, using each other for the old adage of 8 wheels have more grip than 4.
Yeah, and that whole battling is letting Marcus Hagman and Brandon Cruz join into the fray as Mark Arthur and Tyler Fiel starting to walk away from the rest of these guys. The battle right now is for 6th between Decker and Hagman right now.
Hagman catching up to the back end of Decker. That wood panel truck's got the wood panel kind of all beaten and banged and bent. I've never seen wood bend like that, but it kind of has a little bit of a wave to it.
It's that Illuma ash.
Yeah. Marcus Hagman getting it all sideways. Makes a nice recovery, but loses a couple of spots. Falls back to 8th. Look back to 9th. The boss, Tex Perry.
Pacelio getting it all wrong. We are under caution.
Take a look, see what happened. That caution.
Kevin O'Brien check.
Yeah, Kevin O'Brien bringing that caution out. Let's see if we can see what happened.
Oh, he
got a hip check by the 18. And rolled to that inside lane. Parked sideways on the track. Brought out the caution.
He had a lot of help that one. So, we're already 16 laps in as... Byron, I'm impressed with seeing already.
I've been very impressed. You couldn't have told me we were going to go 16 laps for a caution. You think anyone's going to take a pit side? Nothing to take a pit side for.
Those guys that have already beaten the ever-loving bejesus out of their trucks are going to kind of have to. There is one fast repair, and all that fast repair does is it fixes all your woes. It does not change your tires. It does not do anything other than that. The only time you're going to see these guys really need to go pit side is to take a tear off, because there's a windshield tear off on these trucks. That's probably the only reason you're going to see somebody take it pit side. As lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, Battle Gilbert going to take the high line. Baumgarten's going to have one more shot at him, and don't look now, but Blake Decker's right there as well, as the Silverado pace truck makes that hard left turn, and Gilbert pulls the trigger. We are back underway, and he's already out to a 2-truck length lead.
Yeah, but Sam Baumgarten chewing up the track on that low line. You see how he just gains track position by taking that low side. He's closing up on the tailgate at the 227 at Kyle Gilbert. But Baumgarten keeping the truck
back under caution.
Off of the wall, back under caution.
Nick Okia
getting it all wrong. Let's see what happened there. Number 9,
oh, he had a lot of help.
Oh, yeah. A lot of guys helped. The boss, Tex Perry, involved in that, getting spun around. Nick Okia rolling down the track backwards for a little bit as we are back under caution. And
most of it, the boss, Okia and the boss had a meeting of the minds coming off of turn 2, and unfortunately, trucks cannot occupy the same piece of real estate at the exact same moment in time.
No, that's called an accident.
Physics doesn't work, me guys.
No. But that's dirt racing for you, folks. Eldora, a famous dirt track. Guess who owns Eldora? Guess who brought all this action to us? I think you might know the name.
Would that be Anthony Stewart?
That would be one Mr. Anthony Stewart. I don't think he'd appreciate us calling him Anthony. Kyle Gilbert still got command of the field. Sam Baumgarten running a strong second. But I'm taking a look at the condition of the 2 trucks between Sam Baumgarten and Kyle Gilbert as Kyle takes that outside lane for a restart. Kyle's seen that outside wall an awful lot more than Sam Baumgarten has.
Just because Baumgarten hasn't been flirting with disaster like he has. Don't look now, but Sam's got his teammate in that Bass Pro Shops Tracker boats, number 12, right behind Kyle Gilbert right now, as the pace truck is in and we are back underway, and everybody getting a much better start this time. Mark Arthur going to try to keep it wound up on the high side.
On the high side, he is, looks to be, he's going to get around his teammate, Sam Baumgarten. Sam Baumgarten puts a slide job on him. Dr. Squatch and Mark Arthur throwing bombs at each other, back under caution again. What happened there?
It looks like Marquis Smith is not a happy camper.
Well, let's take a look, see what the replay caught. Number 10 going around. Oh, the boss, Tex Perry, gives him a little bit of a help as he loops it a couple of times, and Grumpy kind of pops him on the back just to say, hey, I'm here too, you know.
Yeah. Tyler Fiel not a happy camper as so far, I've been keeping an eye on the number 18, and every restart, he's lost a spot.
What happened with Doug Thompson there under caution?
Doug Thompson...
Oh, he got caught up in that a little bit too.
Did catch a piece of that one, so... But right now, 24 laps books, getting ready to cross to start lap number 25. You need to say hi to Joel Wood joining us in the Facebook chat. Miss Lori Kyle joining us in the YouTube chat. So welcome to everybody. As the lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, Kyle Gilbert, Sam Baumgarten going to get us going one more time. Gilbert taking that outside line as it's been working for him so far. And Mark Arthur, not a happy camper. Blake Decker was able to get, he was able to get by Blake Decker, but unfortunately he's going to be starting on that low line right behind his teammate this time. As we are back underway, green flag is out, and Baumgarten and Arthur side by side. Here comes Decker. No, Decker gets shuffled back. That was Vecellio with a huge...
We're going to have another caution as we're getting another big pile that's coming out of the corner of turn 3. Or no, it stays green.
It does stay green. There you go. However, that's not going to bode well for those guys that were involved in that one. If now you've got a swarm of angry wolves starting back with Brandon Cruz, and they're sideways, and engines are already blown.
Yeah, you're going to have some guys dropping out. Attrition's going to take its time now, but taking a look at the leader, rolling that high line.
Finally, we get a caution.
Yeah. Taking a look at our leader up there, Kyle Gilbert in the 227. Are you noticing something on the high line that I am seeing now? Look at that black groove working in, but look at that clear spot on the outside of it.
Yeah, there is a curb that is the cushion. There's not much room between the wall and where the, and I use this term loosely, fast line is anymore. They have used up high line. As a lot of trucks smoke, and a lot of trucks are going to need to burn that fast repair as they try to stay on the lead lap. They're going to have to hustle it because these cautions on the dirt side don't last forever.
No, and I'm already showing a group of trucks a lap down. Grumpy Bunce, 1 lap down. Marquis Smith, 1 lap down. Miles Morris, 1 lap down.
Buncey just hand grenaded the engine, I think.
Buncey's going to have to burn that fast repair. Either that or he's got a penalty and he's going to drop it to the back.
So Blake Decker burning his fast repair. Kevin O'Brien just coming out of the pits now after burning his fast repair. Miles Morse looks like he may have burned his fast repair.
Oh yeah, that truck's not got a dent or scratch on it. Yeah, he did burn that fast repair. If you're 31 laps deep on the dirt track of Eldora and your truck don't have a scrap of ding or dent on it, guess what? You burned fast repair.
Absolutely. As the lights are out already on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, Field working its way down the back straightaway. Gilbert, Baumgarten, Arthur, Vecellio, and Fiel, your top 5. As we're getting ready to turn them loose one more time. As the Field works its way through the 3-4 complex, pace truck is in. Gilbert holds him down. Green flag comes out. We are back underway.
Man, that 227 did not waste a moment of time getting it done, getting it out there, getting it done real quick.
And here comes Baumgarten, slide down on the inside, trying to make that second lane work. Drag race down the back straightaway. Gilbert able to keep a little bit more momentum. Slide job line, though, for Baumgarten as they work out of turn number 4.
Using that high line still, even though you see it's getting slick, you can see Kyle Gilbert getting up into that outside wall, wearing out the right side of his truck. Sam Baumgarten looks like he's got a cushion down on that second lane we talked about earlier.
Well, that's what the boss was saying. He was trying to see what he can working on that that low line. They haven't gone down there yet tonight, which means there's still plenty of moisture down there in that portion of the track. And
we just watched Baumgartner use that dang low line and use it really good. He cut off a lot of time to the 227, but that high line is still carrying so much more momentum on that outside lane.
And you can really see that here on the dirt side more so than on the pavement side. But yeah, that high side can definitely carry more momentum. And Kyle Gilbert is exploiting it as we're back under on.
Yeah, Kyle Gilbert's finding out that
just shortened his truck by about 4 feet.
See if we can catch what happened with that. Nick Oki running on the inside of the box, Tex Perry. Oh, yeah, that was a hole. Everyone kind of crossed it up, got it wrong. Hey, there's a truck here, get out of my way. No, I don't want to, but back under caution.
So
Nick Okia in the pits burning a fast repair.
So if you're playing the at-home drinking game,
yeah,
you're up to 5 shots now, folks.
Thank God I'm not playing the online drinking game. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
And Kevin O'Brien has just been on the hauler.
Yeah, the Aussie, he wasn't liking the dirt side of this things here. Wasn't having too much fun with it this week.
And the thing is these guys aren't sure how to handle the guys that normally run dirt. This is one of the few dirt vehicles that has a windshield. So these guys aren't sure how to handle it, and they're not sure. They're hitting the tear off button. It's not working. No, you actually got to go pit side to get the tear off done. As the lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, makes that hard left turn, and Gilbert pulls the trigger one more time. We are back on the lane, side by side with Mr. Sam Baum. Gilbert, Baumgarten, and Mark Arthur slugging it out right now without Pacelio and Tyler Fiel, as a pack of angry wolves behind the fast tracker number 12.
Take a look at the 85 of Tex Perry. That truck looks to be just a tad used up. Still running that bottom line, not giving it up, running in the 11th position.
As meanwhile, back up towards the front, and we're back under caution.
Now let's see what we can see about a caution on this one. Looks like Doug Thompson's moving slow. Yeah, Doug Thompson kind of got up to the outside wall and he turned across the nose of the 92. Blake Decker got turned around, did a full 360 on the track, back under power, cautions back out. Working lap 41, even though we've had 6 cautions, man, Tony, this race has gone fast.
It has, as you know, we're already through lap 40. You know, the question is, who's used their fast repair, who hasn't used their fast repair, who's just gone in for a tear off. So
yeah, you can't hit the button for the tear off while you're in a truck out here on this dirt track. You gotta wonder, you know, Kyle Gilbert has not taken it pit side yet. Let's jump in the cockpit, working the helmet cam on Kyle while we're under caution. See what his windshield looks like, shall we?
Well, his windshield should look fine because he hasn't really been dealing with lap traffic.
Well,
you know,
let's jump to a few others.
You go back to like Dalton Kilroy, you can see a ton of dirt on his.
Dalton Kilroy, Marquis Smith.
Cruz.
Not too much dirt on these windshields.
Not yet. Give it time. As the lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck is in, and Gilbert stutter steps, gets it back underway. We are back under green as Baumgarten working the inside, pack of angry dogs behind him. Here comes the Chilio on the high side. Tyler Fiel trying to make some headway on that low side, and don't count out Dalton Kilroy.
Now 41, Dalton Kilroy moving up, rolling in that 7th spot. Man, you got an angry. You look from Mark Arthur back. You got an angry pack of trucks. Just rolling 3 wide, working 3 different lanes on this track. The outside groove is getting completely worn out, but we are working an inside groove, working a middle groove. These guys are doing everything they can to find the moisture on the track, get the traction. And we are going to have another caution by the looks of it, as trucks are getting beat, banged, and moved around. Yeah, the boss is going to have to come in and use that fast repair we were talking about. I know he's got one in his hip pocket.
Ooh.
Watching the boss, Tex Perry, he does bring his truck pit side. It is all beat up, banged up, smashed up, smoke rolling out from the inside of it. But watch this, folks. Snap your fingers. Oh, you gonna make a liar out of me there, Tex?
He already used it.
Well, he did already use it.
And Marcus Hagman just packed into the outside wall going into 1. That's what really brought that caution out.
You know, Marcus Hagman coming in. Let's see if he's got a fast repair. His truck looks pretty darn good and used. Ding! There it is. You just saw what a fast repair could do for a truck. He's got a fresh set of wheels to take it back out there. We're working lap 48 of 110 right now. Coming to halfway in 7 laps. The 227 of Kyle Gilbert still rolling that outside lane on the restarts, waiting on the pace truck to take its turn into pit lane.
Field working its way out of turn number 2. Gilbert, Baumgarten, Arthur, Cruz, and Vichelio, your top 5 as we are quickly closing in on the halfway part. Not there yet, but we are closing in on the halfways. Base truck is in. Gilbert gets pointed straight, pointed in the right direction, pulls the trigger, and we are back underway as he has Baumgarten right there with him, and they are sailing on coming through turn number 1.
Yeah, Baumgarten using that real low line, but he loses so much more momentum when he does that. You see the guys here, just angry pack right behind him. Brandon Cruz.
Spiked up. Arthur with a slide job on Baumgarten. They banged it coming across the line. Arthur now dropping back. We're back under caution. Who is that?
Taking a look, Marquis Smith. Yeah, he got it all wrong, got it wadded, and he towed to the pits.
And there are some unhappy drivers out there.
Oh, are we? I don't have privy to listen to them. I know you can drop in and hear what they're having to say.
Don't want to.
It's a family-friendly program, folks, so that's why we keep the driver chat turned off, especially short track racing.
And unfortunately, did not use his fast repair when he should have. He just hand grenaded the engine going into turn number 1. Should have used that fast repair earlier. Unfortunately, now he's got a tow, so he's going to go a couple laps down here.
Well, at the rate they turn, laps even under caution, he's going to go more than a couple by the looks of it. I got a bunch of people sitting on pit road right now. I got Marquis Smith sitting on pit road. The boss is still repairing 3 minutes deep. Miles Moore is still repairing 5.5 minutes deep. As Grumpy, he gets one of his laps back with the lucky dog option turned on.
So that puts him back on the lead lap. Next one is going to be, looks like Nick Okia 3 laps down.
Yeah, to me it seems like we learned our lesson. You know, we're going to count caution laps because you don't get a lucky dog when you don't count caution laps. And Sonoma taught us that one.
Yeah. So lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck. Kyle Gilbert going to turn us loose one more time as green flag comes out. We are back underway. Start the halfway point.
And business as usual, Kyle Gilbert takes that outside line up on that high wall in the start. Sam Baumgarten works lower on the track. Mark Arthur works even lower than that. Tries the slide job. Gets into the front of Brandon Cruz. And, packs the field, wants him up, and lets Kyle Gilbert get away a little more.
So Gilbert and Baumgarten still trying to figure out what they can do to stay within striking distance of each other. Now, let me rephrase that. Baumgarten wants to stay within striking distance of Gilbert, because they are already coming up on the lap truck of Marquis Smith. He got that truck out of the pit. Unfortunately,
4 laps down.
4 laps down, and he's about to go a 5th because the leaders are coming with a head of steam.
Yeah, Kyle Gilbert, man, how long is that outside lane going to hold for him through this race? He is just using that lane to his advantage. That high side momentum working really good. Sam Baumgarten finally saying, you know what, I'm going to get my butt up there too, because he's just stepping out further away from him.
Well, the thing is, Byron, we've seen Kyle do, let me rephrase this. I've seen Kyle do this numerous times on a Monday night. You haven't so much seen it because you've been in the truck trying to keep up with him on a Monday night.
Yeah.
But this is what we see during the NASCAR Truck Series whenever they come here to Eldora. You know, so as far as dirt racing goes, you know, Gilbert, Baumgarten, those are your usual suspects. You're going to see them running towards the front whenever we go to a dirt track.
Last dirt truck race I saw in Eldora, I was sitting there rooting for Rico Abreu is when he was driving, and he was just tearing that dirt track up, schooling everybody.
Well, the last truck race I was actually able to watch was when Stuart Friesen took everybody to school. And guess what happened 2 weeks ago with Stuart Friesen's race team?
I don't know.
They had a laser scanner in their shop that was owned by, shall we say, certain parties that we're both privy to.
Oh, really?
Yes. iRacing made the announcement that they have scanned a big block dirt modified.
Nice. Big block dirt mods coming. Dirt racing has picked up in popularity in iRacing here lately. Whether it be through through events like Eldora, or just, everyone, when this COVID-19 thing hit, everyone watching iRacing with Dale Jr. being even more popular, they're finding out that there's more than just, NASCAR ovals as a discipline of racing. You can go road racing, you can go rallycross racing, you can race in the dirt, and a lot of people are finding out dirt is fun.
And Buncie and Okia having a meeting of the minds on the front straightaway. They're getting ready to go a lap down here as Kyle Gilbert's still working that high side. No caution, and Buncie goes a lap down.
Yeah, he was the lucky dog, so now he's back to 2 laps down.
Not
Kyle
back to
Gilbert
one.
just picking him up, putting him down, using that wall to his advantage. I see him grabbing that outside wall, straightening that truck out, but it's not really slowing his speed much, as Sam Baumgarten has fallen off to a 2-second deficit to the leader.
That's the thing, is when the sun goes down at Eldora and the track starts to slick off, you put them up on the dash and you just let it eat. As Kyle Gilbert continuing to show the way.
You can see the color difference on that track in that top group.
Oh, absolutely. That top groove, I guarantee you take your sharpest utility knife, if you threw the blade at the track, it would not go in. That's how packed they have that outside line right now.
Still looking for moisture, still hanging it out there on that dirt track and in that top groove. Kyle Gilbert, you can see him sawing on that wheel as he comes around the corner.
Looks like the closest battle right now is between nobody.
3/10 of a second between Dalton Kilroy and Marcus Hagman, as they are actually side by side on the track. Dalton Kilroy using that high lane, Marcus Hagman grabbing that bottom, and they are drag racing on the straights. But you can see Marcus dialing up that slide job lane on the corners, but Dalton using the high line momentum, and it's a photo finish every time they come across that start finish line.
And Doug Thompson right in front of them, so that's your battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th. And a lot of given, a lot of give and take so far, as we're still 30 to go. No, sorry, 40 to go.
Yeah, they're winding down quick. Oh, Nick Okia. Watching Doug Thompson working this track. He's just wearing out the right side of that truck.
Absolutely is. Look now, but Mark Arthur getting a little bit of pressure right now. Tyler Fiel starting to reel him in because Arthur had to deal with the lap truck of Grumpy Hunt.
Watching Tyler Fiel, he's, just dirt tracking around those corners very well. I think he has just decided to let the track settle down. Let me see what I got and work it. And why we got a caution? Because Doug Thompson, we were talking about him a little bit ago. All sorts of wrong. You can see him coming around the corner on the replay. Let's see, Doug Thompson, where are you? There you are. He gets into the side of the 41 of Dalton Kilroy and noses it into the outside wall. Not going to help his radiator very much, but caution flies for the 9th time. Doug Thompson's going to fall over the back of the field with that one.
He's going to have to take a pit side. Hopefully he hasn't burned his fast repair yet.
Well, let's watch him in the pits. Let's see. As he brings it to his pit, ducks behind the sign, rolls it to the pit. Do you snap your fingers and see a straight truck as he has to back up?
Nope.
I'd say fast repair already been used. We're in for some repair time on that truck on the 13 of Doug Thompson.
As the 54, Brandon Cruz bringing it pit side. I don't think he's happy with not being able to see out of that windshield, so...
Well, his truck looks straight as an arrow right at the moment.
Well, he took...
That might have been a fast repair just used, my friend.
At the very least, it was... Yep, he just admitted to it.
All right, fast repair used by the 54, Brandon Cruz. See what he can do with the last... handful of laps here. We're down to, 32 laps to go. 33. Kyle Gilbert, he's been in command of the field the whole time and doesn't look like he is going to let up whatsoever.
Well, it's gonna take something to get by him. The rest of the field is hoping right now that he's on his own junk, and that's about the only way they're going to be able to get around him at this point. As lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck makes that hard left turn on a pit road. Gilbert gets into the stuff that actually has the traction coming off before, pulls the trigger, and we are back underway.
Back underway with 227 in command of this field. Sam Baumgartner leads in a high line this time off of the start. Ride in the tire tracks of the 227 to see if he can just stay with him and see if he can have anything for him for the end of this race.
As Tyler Fiel gets by Mark Arthur for third, the battle right now really heating up for that number 3 spot. As Arthur on the low side, on the high side, able to keep it wound up. Arthur eats the wall coming off the floor. He's going to lose another spot to the world's fastest Swede, Marcus Hagman.
Yeah, Marcus Hagman working it on the inside, keeping his truck off the wall. As much as he's been out there on the track, his tailgate looks a little clean. You did see that fast repair about 10 laps ago. As a lot of the trucks are still just wearing out the right side of their truck on that outside wall. Not quite getting as good as...
Kilroy is just riding that wall. I don't think he's actually turned the wheel yet. He's just leaving it there and letting it eat.
Well, if you can keep it on the outside wall, if you can pedal down to the floor and it still goes around, more power to you.
And slide job gone wrong as the 54 of Brandon Cruz gets up in front of him as Hagman chases it down the hill coming off the floor.
Hagman doing all he can to keep his right side off of that outside wall, but sometimes it just don't want to work that way. As we see slide jobs going on, Brandon Cruz into the side of Hagman. Hagman, great recovery as he goes right to the inside of Dalton Kilroy. Damn, got himself a twofer on that one.
Got himself a twofer, almost got himself a threefer as...
We got some racing going on here.
Brandon Cruz right now.
Back in the front of the field, you got a 1.1 second lead for your top running truck of Kyle Vincent Gilbert over at Sam Baumgarten. Tyler Fiel, he's got in the third spot, starting to reel into Sam Baumgarten a bit. We saw Tyler Fiel running really good in his heat race. You got to wonder if he didn't save a lot of truck for the end of this thing, and now he's just going to start reeling them in.
Well, that's pretty much what you're going to be seeing is, he's going to start reeling these guys in. It's getting to go time. It's getting It's put up or shut up right now.
Put up or shut up with a top lane that we all want to run, but have just worn slapped the hell out. I want to say I hear it beating and banging all over the track, but, you know, that's just everyone slapping that outside wall all over the place.
Hey, I'm back. That was kind of scary.
It happens. Connection thing, you know?
Yeah, especially when your connection includes the words Wi-Fi.
Oh. Evil words for an online game.
I know.
Well, we don't call it a game. We call it a simulation, ladies and gentlemen.
Game is a 4-letter word. Meanwhile, Kyle Gilbert's over a second to the good, second and a half to the good over Sam Baumgarten right now. And just so you know,
we're getting the closing stages here.
pretty much driving on three city buses between those two trucks right now.
It looks like everyone in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 have all just, you know, let it fly out on that top lane, and they're conga lining it up there. The closest battle I've got, I'm watching Alex Virgilio work all over the, well, lap down, but Blake Decker, man, they are just going back and forth right now.
And is just beating the ever-loving bejesus out of the right side of that truck. Marcus Hagman trying to reel in Vicilio right now. As you can see Hagman working back there in that menopause gray and blue Chevy Silverado.
Takes a nice run around that on that low line, finding some moisture on that track. He does make up a lot of track position on Alec Virgilio with that low line, but Alec Virgilio, man, take a look at the front of Alec Virgilio's truck, man. You can't see any paint for all the dirt all over it.
You can't see any paint, also can't see much of the truck, as he is just used up that front bumper.
Kyle Gilbert out front doing everything he can. Oh, on the low line, doing a slide job around the lap car of Nick Okia. Sam Baumgarten looking to get around Nick Okia as fast as he can, still trying to catch up with our leader, Kyle Vincent Gilbert, man. And you know what? This race has gone by a lot faster than I thought it would. We are 16 laps to go.
And we are already back under caution. And I don't know where it is.
Well, I'm going to say that caution belongs to... Nope. Nope. I don't know who it belongs to myself. 15 laps to go. Okay, my friend, now it's time for us to start thinking about the over-under on... Are we going to see a green-white checkers?
To the checkers.
Are we going to see a green-white checker?
I
think we're going to see several of them, to tell you the honest truth.
I'm not sure. Are we going to see one? Probably. Is we're going to take green with about 10 to go from this caution. As Grumpy getting one of his laps back. As
that's going to put him back on the lead lap by my scoring.
No.
By my timing and scoring, him going around is going to put him back on the lead lap. Tail end.
Okay. There you go then.
First truck, one lap down, will be in the 99 of the world's fastest Swede, Marcus Hagman.
And he is 4 laps down. Yeah.
My timing and scoring is showing Marcus 1 lap down. Blake Decker's 4 laps.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right.
Of course, my timing and scoring gets a little funky when we do heat racing.
A little funky?
Oh, okay. How about a lot funky?
He was about as funky as a fat guy that hasn't taken a shower in a month and a half.
Yeah, well, talking about funky, you know why we're seeing a lot of beating and banging and a lot of hard trying on this thing? Not only is it fun for the drivers, a lot of tempers getting flared. This thing is for points tonight, folks. They are counting points on this race.
Well then. The lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck. Kyle Gilbert's going to get us to the green at least one more time as
he hits the line
back underway. As Mark Arthur getting a great start, going to have a run on his teammate as they work their way through 1 and 2. As slide job by Baumgarten on Mark Arthur. Arthur has to chase it down the hill coming off a 2. He's going to be side by side with Tyler Fiel going into turn number 3.
That makes it 3 wide. Tyler Fiel, Alec Procellio, and Mark Arthur as they finally get it straightened out with Tyler getting ahead of him. Mark got to that outside wall real hard. That slide job didn't quite work, but here he goes, sliding again. Tyler back down, Mark Arthur up. We got some racing.
No, we got a lot of racing going on right now for the 3rd slot as Arthur finally showing some dominance there as Fiel now has to deal with Brandon Cruz and Alex Procellio. Fiel on the high side is deeper and around goes. Who was that?
Blake Decker.
No, that was the 41 of Dalton Kilrow. Is the reason why that caution came out.
Well, let's take a look, see what we can see.
Decker had nowhere to go and just clobbered him.
Yeah. Also with Marcus Hagman, there's a few of them involved in that. Caution flies, but laps are winding down. We're down to 8 to go.
Yep, Okia and Grumpy both catching a piece of that one.
Since Marcus was in the middle of that one, he's not going to catch that Lucky Dog because he got damage on that, and Lucky Dog will not give it to him.
Unfortunately, you are correct. So Marcus Hagman's going to stay a lap down, unfortunately.
But he can stay out of trouble. I guarantee you he's going to get another crack at it. These guys are not going to be nice for the last 7 laps of this thing.
Well, the good news is, as of right now, he can't finish any worse than 10th.
Well, top 10 for the fastest Swede.
Because
watching Kyle Gilbert circulate around the track under caution, the back right corner of this truck, it looks like it's just saying, can you please stop.
And this just in, Marquis Smith has put it on the hauler.
Well, Marquis Smith's going to come home with a 12th place finish on this because even though he's put it on the hauler, Doug Thompson's not going to be able to overcome him with the last lap. Green flag is back out. Kyle Gilbert launches it back off, and Sam Baumgarten stays close to him this time as Mark Arthur dives it in rear.
Arthur trying to find some grip down low, moisture down there, as not going to make it happen. Tyler Fiel still side by side, and here comes the 54 of Brandon Cruz to the inside.
Well, we got a hornet's nest working back here for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Well, Arthur still hasn't finished yet, working on the 18 of Fiel, as we are coming up on 3 to go this time across the stripe.
Mark Arthur looks like he's going to almost get there on Fiel. Using that low line for that slide job lane. If we go 3 laps to go, folks, we're going to be over with this one before we know it.
And Mark Arthur under a lot of pressure right now from Brandon Cruz. Your leader, though, Kyle Gilbert, 4 car lengths, truck lengths lead over Sam Baumgarten right now, as Gilbert just completely using up the right side of that 227 Chevy Silverado. Popsicle sticks in the air, white flag coming out, it's time across the stripe. Half a mile to go. Your leader, Kyle Gilbert, as they work their way through 1 and 2. Baumgarten and Gilbert both to the wall. That's going to let Field try to reel them in a little bit. It's pretty much academic right now. All he's got to do is keep the wheels under. Big bomb job from Baumgarten Coming off of turn number 4, drag race, give it to Kyle Gilbert. Baumgarten hanging on for second. Fiel hanging on for third.
Man, that was one heck of a shot trying to get out there. Let's see if we can get a replay of Baumgarten on that last lap. Dodge in real low, trying to get that track position, but he did get the track position, but he just couldn't hold the momentum, and the slide job brought him up right behind the 227 for the final.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to give it to him. I mean, he had to try something. Final corner. So, I mean, it was just, what a finish.
Yeah, the 18 of Tyler Fiel gets her at third place. Sam Baumgarten brings home second, and on the top of the podium, the 227. He is the king at Eldora tonight. Let's see if I got Tyler Fiel in here anywhere. But look, we do have our race winner.
Your winner, Mr. Kyle Gilbert, joining you right now, Byron.
Well, you know what? He went from a lawnmower today to a dirt truck tonight, and he is the king of the dirt today. I'll give it to you, man. Kyle, all I'm doing is looking at the right rear of your truck, and it looks like it's saying, please, dear God, no more.
Yeah, I used it up a little more in the last 5 laps there than I did all the race, I think. That was a blast. I didn't expect to be able to lead all of them, but I pulled it off.
Yeah, well, man, that high lane, did it really ever go away through this whole thing for you?
Towards the end there, yeah. It got a little skinnier. It probably lost about half of its grip. You saw me go down to the bottom that one turn in 1 and 2, and then I knew immediately that it wasn't going to work. So I went back to the top and just kept keeping it as straight as I could up there.
Well, man, king of the dirt tonight, bud. You know what? You made it look easy, and I know it wasn't because we were focusing in on your truck coming around the corners a few times, and all I could see was a helmet with 2 hands sawing like hell on that wheel, man. Congratulations on the win. Anyone you want to shout out to?
Well, yeah, I was in the sim. You see 2 hands. I was going 1 hand because I've got that my right hand in a brace. If I move it too much, it feels like a knife in it. But yeah, 1 hand racing. Yeah, I just want to shout out Sam. That was a good race there. You guys for broadcasting it. Tex for putting it on. I loved seeing a dirt race on the schedule. I was happy to come join, put a new paint scheme out there and see what I could do, and it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out really good.
Kyle, let me make sure I just heard you right. You drove this race one-handed?
I had my right hand on the wheel, but it was sliding. It was only a way to stop the wheel if I had to. Like in the heat race, when me and Dalton made contact, that jerked my wheel, and I had a little bit too much of grip on it. So since then, I never gripped the wheel with my right hand.
Well, sir, my hat's off to you for being able to do what you just did one-handed.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but it was fun.
Well, there you go, the one-handed bandit, Kyle Gilbert.
Congratulations, Kyle.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your
All right, sitting up here in the booth is the boss, Tex Berry. You know, he didn't fare as well as he wanted to fare, 15th place finish, but he's the boss. He's the head, the HMFIC as we call it, and I'm not going to say what them letters mean because this is semi-family friendly. Tex, what's your opinions on the race? As my internet drops.
Mother, father in charge.
Until I blow the engine up there at the end.
And I'm back.
Crap on me.
Am I
Now
back?
we hear you.
Honestly, other than that, yeah, you're back. Yeah,
Okay.
you've been here. But yeah, I was having a blast until I got caught up in some lap traffic junk, and that's pretty much how my night went.
Well, everyone's saying it was a good choice to run race, even though we did hear some, butthurt feelings out there a little bit, and it was for points, so we knew there was going to be some butthurtness.
Yeah, pretty much the points are done. So it is what it is at this point.
Well, I hit refresh on the points, and we do have a little bit of a shuffle there. Moving up one position in the top slot is going to be the number 12 of Mark Arthur, Samuel Baumgarten. You know what, my friend? You ran on the tail of that 227 all darn night. You tried your best. We watched that dive job. I had to go back and look at it on that last lap. One hell of a shot trying to get the win, but you fall down to second in the points. But I also want to say congratulations on second place, my friend. And that was one hell of a move right there at the end to try to get it.
Yeah, Gilbert's pretty good at running the high line here. I struggle a little bit, especially once that cushion builds up. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I won a sprint car race last lap, last turn like that. I figured I'd try it. I just wanted to make sure that Tyler behind me couldn't get a run, so I'd at least get second. But I was catching Gilbert, but I just had nothing for him, so good win for him.
Yeah, well, you know what? We've seen you working that lower line, that middle lane. Were you finding more cushion down in the middle? Because, I look at the right rear corner of Kyle's truck right at this moment, and it looks like it says, please don't do it no more. But I look at the right rear of your truck when I focus in on that, and it doesn't look anywhere near as used up. Were you mostly down off of that top line?
For the most part, yeah. There was a little bit more grip on there, but it just didn't have the drive off like the top line did. So I'd get him going into the corner, but he'd get me coming off the corner, and he was kind of driving it in super deep into both corners, really, and he was smacking the rear end off the wall. So I tried to move down a couple of times just to see if there was any grip, because if I could get the grip coming off the corner, I probably would have had something for him, but there was no way I was going to get him unless I could get side by side with him and slide him. So like I said, good win for him, but it was challenging for sure, just trying to hold that top line and not hit the wall and not spin it out.
Yeah, well, you know what? My hat's off to you guys for running a dirt race like you did. 110 laps at Eldora. Anyone you want to throw a shout out to?
Dr. Squatch Racing, of course, or Top Flight Racing, rather. Use Race 15 for 15% off your first order at Dr. Squatch. Top Flight Computers. You guys for broadcasting, Tex for putting this on. This was really fun. I enjoy this. I hope he does it every year. I love dirt racing, unlike most of the guys in here. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys.
Yeah, well, I think you guys found something that just might be permanently added to the schedule. We see real life, racing leagues like NASCAR, IMSA, and even Formula One. They will make some changes, from the input of the drivers, and it looks like the input's awful positive on this one. You put on a hell of a show. Congratulations.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, man, that's your second place finisher, Mr. Samuel Baumgarten. Tony, I think you got our third place finisher, Tyler Fiel, in here.
I do. The only one in the top three to actually go pit side and burn the fast repair when not absolutely necessary, but definitely taking the tear off. Mr. Tyler Fiel, congratulations on the podium, sir.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
So, talk us through. You had an impressive run in that heat race of yours, but definitely not the race you were hoping for. There was the while there where every time the green flag came out after a caution, you dropped 2 spots.
Yeah, it was rough. The restarts for me weren't very good, especially when I was on the bottom, because I knew the top line was where I wanted to be. And it was a little frustrating, and I knew that I just needed to be patient, and as long as I kept myself out of trouble, the opportunity would eventually present itself to move up, or somebody else would get unlucky with the same restarts that I was getting.
Well, this is Eldora in the dirt. There is no such thing as staying out of trouble, my friend, but you did a hell of a job of it. We've seen you starting to track them down from the back. Did the track come to you, or did you just waited to bide your time and said, okay, I'm going to be here with a clean truck and get you at the end?
Yeah, it was. I've never raced the dirt truck at Eldora until this race, but I have a lot of laps on Eldora with the sprint cars, so I knew the top's where I wanted to be, and once I was able to get up there and I knew it was the only line, I knew that I at least had a chance to finish up front and get a few of those guys.
Well, we heard you say, or I heard you say anyways, that you were wondering how to take a tear off, and you finally figured that out, taking it pit side with about 20 to go. Talk us through your decision to do that.
Technically, honestly, I didn't even pit. I just left it up. I left the dirt on the sky. I had no clue. Like I don't really run these things, and I guess a lot of guys aren't used to getting dirt on the glass of a truck. I imagine it's just something that doesn't happen almost ever unless you run a race like this. And I keep hitting the X button. I'm so used to the sprint cars and it coming off, and it's just one of those things that I had to deal with.
Fair enough. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, all these guys for putting on the show, for hosting the event, all you guys broadcasting it, allow the world to be able to see this stuff virtually while they're sitting at home. It's really awesome.
Well, feel free to enjoy it. Feel free to rewatch it. Feel free to tell all your friends to join in on the broadcast and the restreams of it on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a follow on ESPN, and NASCOM Online Saturday Night's the place to be. Tell your friends and bring some more.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't even know this was being streamed or that there were any kind of interviews or anything until literally right after the race. So I'm going to share it on Facebook and do what I need to do.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that we are not that far away from forcing Byron, myself, and Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett. If we reach, Byron, correct me if I'm wrong, is it 2,500 or 3,000?
I believe the last count was 2,000, and
So we're only 500 away from
having
Byron,
to
myself,
put
and Sam Cooper Bennett.
Yep.
Getting the SBN logo tattooed somewhere on our bodies.
I already got the space reserved.
So when did Tammy shave your butt? Anyways, don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Reflog, reshare it, tattoo it on your face.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to pull a Post Malone and put that tat on my face, but it'll be somewhere I got reserved already. And no, it's not going to be on the butt, because I will put a picture of it out there on social media and Facebook. But everyone, man, hey, NASCOM Online Saturday Night brought to you by ESPN. iRacing's a platform, ESPN's a network, and NASCOM Online Saturday Night is the league. Final thoughts, final words, Tony?
Dirt. I love it.
Yep. Dirt. Don't get no better than that. Dirt don't hurt. Tyler, man, welcome to NASCOM. Tell your friends. Bring them along. Look forward to seeing you at the next race, man.
Absolutely. I'll be here if I can. It was a lot of fun.
All right, man. For Byron Rodney, that's me. For Tony Pat Trapasso, that's the ugly guy. And, the boss, Tex Perry, who puts this league on.
I thought I was the ugly one.
Nah. Tony got you beat. Everybody, it's been real. It's been fun. We'll see you next time around, next Saturday night. Good night, everybody.